Yeah, an important question, and one of my favorites is meditation. We have to understand what it is. Meditation, first of all, is not like you don't put on a meditating tape, and you don't say I'm meditating to the sound of a river or whatever it is like that. Meditation means clearing your mind so that you have no thoughts. The goal of meditation is to turn the mind off, to not be thinking. Okay, so therefore you wouldn't meditate to something, because that means you're focusing on something. What people usually mean when they're saying meditating is they usually mean contemplation. They're contemplating something. They're actually focusing and thinking on something. Whereas meditation is not thinking. Okay, and so and it's almost every religion and spiritual practice uses this because it's absolutely necessary. The reason it's necessary is because our minds, we're all crazy with our mouths closed. If you tried to follow your thought processes with your mouth closed, you would understand what Buddha meant when he said that our mind is like a fish on the beach, just flopping from here to there. And that's what it does, second by second. Try to picture your thoughts driving from work to home. What did you think? If your mind's closed, you don't have the radio on, you're not on the phone, and you're just thinking, you'll see that you're, I should have gone there tomorrow. It's just madness, which is why everybody hates to be alone. Nobody wants to be alone. If you're alone, you're going to immediately grab some sort of thing. You're going to get on your computer. You're going to listen to music. You got to do something. You can't be alone with your thoughts because we're crazy. We're all crazy. And if you accept that, then you realize that what do I have to do? Am I going to fix my mind? Am I going to fix that thing which is by nature my problem, my fundamental problem? No. So what do? You don't fix something that is unfixable by definition. What you do is transcend it. And the way you transcend it is by turning it off. Turn it off with meditation. How do I meditate? Well, how do I become thoughtless? Well, the easiest way is by focusing on our breath. So how do you do it? You cannot be tired. So why do people sit up in a lotus position like that? And why do they use their hands like this? Or in Buddhist meditation, they do this. These are called mudras. There's many different mudras in Hindu philosophy and yoga. So you can do this. This basically just means that your lower self, your personality, is tucked in under your Atman, your higher self, and these are your senses going outward. And so basically you're folding into that. But you don't have to do that. You can just put your hands like this. Now, I want you to understand, first of all, if you're Christian, if you're Mormon, if you're Jewish, if you're Muslim, you're not violating your religious beliefs by meditating. Every one of your saints, every one of your prophets meditated. Christ meditated. So it's not... you're not violating anything. And you're not praying to anybody. You're just turning off your mind. So turning off your mind, and why is that good? Because whatever religion you are, when you turn off your mind, when you stop, when you shut up for a minute, you can actually hear. Because we're all busy praying to God, but we never bother to listen to the answer. And you're not going to hear the answer if you're talking in your head. If you've got an internal dialogue going on, you're going to miss it. Okay? So if you want to hear God, you've got to shut up. And by shutting up means you stop thinking. Okay? And the minute you stop thinking, you'll find yourself in a place called bliss, a place called eternal. And that's where we want to be. Because who's there? God's there. Okay. So, anyway, so you sit up in a position where you're not going to be tired. Now, you're not going to be, it's not going to make you inclined to sleep, etc. But you sit up, you get comfortable, you can fold your hands. You just got to do something. You can put them like this if you want, but you got to realize that within a few minutes. So how can I get comfortable? You want to get comfortable because you don't want your body to come into it. You don't want to start thinking about how you're feeling, my back hurts, etc. So if you sit against the wall, you sit on the couch, get in a position, put something behind your back, just get comfortable, be awake, so when you first thing in the morning, it's absolutely essential to do. And then just listen to your breath. Okay, just listen to it. And you're closing your eyes, it's quiet, If you live in a city where there's lots of noise and people talking outside or something, get some earplugs. And if you've got too much light, put an eye mask on. But be quiet and just listen to your breath. Listen to the in. And And what you'll find, thoughts will come into your mind, but ignore them. Just go right back to that listening to your breath. And that rhythm of your breath is the rhythm of the tides. It's the rhythm of an ocean. It's the rhythm of the wind. It's whispering everywhere. It's the rhythm that a baby is listening to in the womb. It's the rhythm of life, is what it is. And so, if you want, and also if you're an actor or you know anything about acting, you'll understand how important the breath is. Actors are always using their breath to relive an emotion, right? So if you're angry, if you're passionate, if you're calm, what do we say? Oh, that's an moment. Because you're. So breathing is intimately related to our psyche and our emotions, etc. So it's when it's calm, you're calm. If it's not calm, you're not calm. And if you're not calm, check your breath. If you find yourself angry, if you find yourself in a situation that's not comfortable, quickly check how your breathing's at. It's usually shallow and like that. So anyway, so breath is psychologically, emotionally, and then it's got its physiological correlates. So its physiological correlates, your heart rate slows down, your blood pressure goes down, all that. Studies, look it up. Look up scientific studies on meditation. Incredible. Lowers blood pressure. University peer-reviewed studies, double-blind, so we can't double-blind it, but studies with meditating. Not only the effect on the human being that's doing it, but also on the community. Anyway, it's incredible. So that's the most basic way. Other methods are using mantra. Mantras are sounds that have no meaning. And they basically, a mantra is usually Sanskrit, and Sanskrit has a vibrational reality, like Om, Om. It's a vibrational reality that we all recognize once you start repeating it. You're not praying to Krishna, you're not praying to a god. So for those of you who are freaking out about meditating, let's change the word. Let's figure out another word for it. Let's call it not thinking. Whatever it is, that'll get you over this ignorant concept. Because you're ignorant. If you think you're engaging in another spiritual practice. It's a practical thing. It's as practical as exercise. It's as practical as making sure your bowels move by taming the mind. You want to tame the mind because the mind's insane. You remember one thing. You have no control over your mind. You don't know what you're going to think. You don't plan out your thoughts for the next day. Thinking happens to us just like our heartbeats, okay? And you can't make it better. You can't change it. The only two things you can do for your mind is to learn how to turn it off through meditation and then start reading books that are telling you the truth, okay? And so change your database. Change your database so that when your mind's on automatic, it's got different data to play with, and learn how to turn it off.